Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. It's an honor to be up here right now. I believe that comparing this to the last redistricting, which I was a part of in 2011, this has been an extremely open and fair process. It's literally night and day. And I want to thank Chairman Hunter for his inclusion and for his hard work and for the redistricting committee in considering all of these amendments. One of the things that I want to point out is that as you have people on the back mic and on the front mic talking about were expert witnesses invited to give invited testimony, is that anyone could have gone to testify in the redistricting hearing. For the press, anyone was able to testify, and they had 3 ways to testify. And so if you're a lawyer for a civil rights group, it's your job to come to this building, register, and offer your expertise. If you didn't, you failed. That's not our fault. Secondly, one of the things I want to point out is that the redistricting committee was unable to meet because we did not have quorum. For 2 months, while we were here waiting and fighting for our constituents, we could not have a redistricting committee hearing. And I want to read the oath we all took when we began here. I do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of a member of the Texas House of Representatives of the 82nd Legislature of the State of Texas, and will, to the best of my ability, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution and laws of the United States and of this state. So help me God.
Members, please confine your remarks to the amendment.
Oh, I apologize. And so basically, members, being here is exactly what it means when it says, to the best of my ability. You've got to be present to fight for your constituents. And so the Committee on Redistricting could not meet for 2 whole months. 2 whole months. And as we hear a lot of rhetoric about race, implying that if we support this map, we are racist. In 2011, as a Democrat, I voted for the Republican map because it kept the communities of interest that I represented, that I grew up in, intact. The same ones that Irma Rangel, one of those that served in my seat before me, fought to keep. And so when we look at a very key statistic that the press never reports for whatever reason, but it's to show what the candidate of choice is. It's not Republican or Democrat, and I've got proof in my own races. In 2014, in Jim Wells County, which we've talked about plenty of times, the bluest county in the state of Texas that put LBJ in the United States Senate, in the White House, and really did a bad thing to Andrew Murray's family. In 2014, Wendy Davis got 3,016 votes. Senator Cornyn and Governor Abbott lost Jim Wells County. I won Jim Wells County. I got more votes than Wendy Davis in Jim Wells County. In 2016, Hillary Clinton got more votes than Donald Trump. Hillary Clinton beat Donald Trump in Jim Wells County. I got more votes than Hillary Clinton in Jim Wells County. In 2018, Beto O'Rourke or Robert Francis got 5,331 votes. Cruz lost Jim Wells County. I won Jim Wells County. I got more votes than Beto O'Rourke in Jim Wells County. And then in 2020, guess what? Donald Trump wins Jim Wells County. He beat Biden. 7-4-5-3.
Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Anchia, for what purpose?
As entertaining as this hero speech is, will the gentleman yield for some questions?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Not at this time.
And so Biden only got 6,119. And I'm very proud to say that even I got more votes than Donald Trump in Jim Wells County. But the point is that I am the candidate of choice for the people of Jim Wells County, a very Democrat county, which is now Republican. Things change. Political norms change. There is no set definition, and we cannot let people pigeonhole us. And so,
when they try to, I want them to look at the most liberal states in the United States of America. Let's look at the state of New York. New York has 150 lawmakers. You want to know how many Hispanics there are in New York in the state assembly? Out of 150, 11. 11. You want to get to work? Go work on New York. In the state Senate, out of 63, 5. In the United States Senate, out of 2, 0. In Congress, out of 27, how many Hispanic congressmen are there in the state of New York? In addition to AOC, there are 3. 4 total in the state of New York. In California, 80 state legislative members, 80. Only 20 are Hispanic. In Congress, out of 53 from California, only 15. That's a 41% state, Hispanic state. 41% in California, 20% in the state of New York, and they're all anemic. 7% of the House, 8% of the Senate. I could go on and on. Texas is far more representative of our demographics. And I want you all to know, members, that we need to look at the facts and not let the political rhetoric cloud the facts. Strongly oppose this amendment.
Mr. Speaker, will the gentleman yield for questions?
The gentleman yields for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Lozano. Representative Lozano, do you know the date that the redistricting data was made available to the public and to the state this year?
Are you referring to the redistricting maps
Yeah,
or the
no,
data?
the U.S. Census data,
Not the exact date. No, sir.
August 12th, 2021.
I do know that the feds were 4 months late.
When?
Let me finish answering you. I do know that the federal government was 4 months late getting that to us.
Correct. So it arrived August 12th, 2021. Is it correct that the census data was loaded into Red Apple on September 1st, 2021?
I'm not aware of the specific date.
I would submit to you that it was. Is it correct that this body only held 13 of its 25 scheduled hearings in the months before the pandemic started in 2019?
Okay, yeah, I thought you were referring to the quorum break.
The pandemic?
Yeah.
Do you know if that's correct?
The exact number, are you talking before the previous chair as well? Are you including that?
So of the 25 scheduled hearings, 13 of them occurred before the pandemic. Are you aware of that?
Okay, because there was a previous chairman of redistricting. He had field hearings all over the state of Texas.
I'm just asking if you were aware.
So there were field hearings all over the state of Texas.
Okay.
Are you referring to Chairman King or Chairman Hunter?
I'm talking about redistricting hearings.
Okay, because there's 2 different redistricting committees.
Is it true that courts have consistently encouraged robust public engagement in the map-making process as a way to ensure the rights afforded under the Voting Rights Act are protected?
The robust engagement of the people and the representatives.
Okay. Do you agree that courts have
the robust
encouraged
engagement
that?
of the people and their representatives. So in other words, you should have been here in the summer.
Do you agree with that?
Yes, the people and their representatives.
And do you believe that one hearing after a proposed map has been released to the public and to the membership is robust engagement?
There have been hearings, with the exception of when you broke quorum, there have been hearings going on.
So are you aware or do you
Yes.
deny that there was one hearing after the current map was released to the public and to constituents?
Okay, so there would have been hearings in the quorum break if you had been here. There weren't. So
you've already acknowledged that census data wasn't available at that time. So I'm not quite sure why you're
there
going
were
back to that
hearings going on
point.
before the census data was
And
released.
so
when the census data
was released,
they continued those
and
hearings.
once it had been loaded into Red Apple, and once a map was developed by the committee,
Yeah.
and or by the chair and submitted to the members of the public, are you aware that there was only one hearing?
There have been hearings going on, Chairman,
Okay.
since before that.
Are you aware that the hearing was noticed the same day for a 9 a.m. committee hearing on Monday, October 4th, providing essentially 3 days, calendar days notice and 1 day business day notice to review the map?
Honestly, for the individual hearing you're referring to, I don't know the exact notice dates.
Yeah, it was the one hearing after the map was released
But
to
there were
members
many
and the
hearings
public.
before that as well.
I shouldn't say that. Did you have an opportunity to review a draft map prior to its release to the members of the committee and to the public?
Everyone in their region worked on their own maps.
Were you shown a draft map by lawyers or by the chairman prior to its release to the public or to the members of the House of Representatives?
No, every representative, including yourself, saw a map of their specific delegation
At the
because you
same
worked on
time?
it.
At the same time?
I don't know what time you saw it.
So members of the committee, Democrats on the committee, didn't see the map until it was released to the public. Did you see it in advance?
It was my understanding that every single delegation worked on their specific region.
Did you see HB1
I worked
beforehand?
on my map with my delegation.
But you
and
didn't see
worked on
HB1?
yours. No.
Okay.
No, sir.
Thank you. So do you think that 3 calendar days and 1 business day is sufficient time to review a redistricting map?
I think we would have had more time to review if you would have made quorum.
Before was there quorum
There were
when the
hearings
redistricting
before you busted quorum.
was there a quorum on the dates that we met to review
There
the
would have been
redistricting?
hearings, Chairman Anchia, if you were here.
No, I'm asking about one's hearing specific.
Gentleman's time has expired.
Oh God, no.